Boom, kick the beat, I'm going. Just like that. Hey, check me. I said salute the solidarity as I'm building these doors. I'm steadfast in my stance, exfoliating my pores. More for the poor as we pray for the weak. Divide the pie right on this table so we equally can eat. But blessed be the meek, righteous be thy path. Set aside all of the differences so we can act this math. I'm the anchor to this ship, but not the detriment. It's evident I fellowship with my fellow decorated veterans.
What's up?
Let me adjust my picture, you know what I'm saying? I gotta always make sure this one stay flush, you know what I'm saying? There we go, boom. We gonna talk about the bars a little bit, cause I'm gonna be honest, I ain't know you could really spit like that. When I saw the video and I saw the podcast, I think I commented, I was like, man, that man floating on that beat. And I know you for like 80 years, bro. I ain't know you could float on the beat like that. One of the bars, man, you said, I need Jesus to be the wheel. Let's start from there.
So check this out, man. Let me say this, right? Some of my influences come from intricate writing as far as like music go. Jay-Z, who does a lot of double entendres, triple entendres. It's a battle rapper named Murder Mook.
I know Murder Mook.
Loaded Lux, those type of guys. So bottom line is, when you said Jesus be the will, bottom line is that I wanted to write in double entendre, triple entendre form so I can reach a bigger audience. So on the surface, a lot of people know, hey, Jesus be the wheel, Jesus take the wheel, right? We know that.
Yeah.
Me writing that was twofold. Jesus be the wheel in this sinner's place, right? This sinner's place is the earth where we at.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. We were born into sin.
Right.
So we need Jesus to be the wheel in this sinner's place. Now, the double entendre to that part is a lot of people, well, everybody in the military, majority of the people in the military call me Will. Just like this music that y'all about to hear in a few hours on my birthday, I wanted to, or I feel compelled to be some type of conduit between manifesting good, not only through the military, but just in life in general. So when I say Jesus be the will in this sinner's place, I'm saying, Jesus, like, I need you to make something happen, right? That's everybody saying that. But then me, I'm saying Jesus be the will in this sinner's place.
Got you. That's dope, bro.
Yeah. So,
I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm a writer, bro. I got the writer's brain. So I picked it up. I just wanted you to, kind of detail that for the people that
I got you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So real quick, you mentioned your birthday. So was that on purpose that you're dropping it on your birthday?
It became the purpose originally. So a lot of the questions you're asking has backstories. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
The music I'm putting out is not just by me. It's by my one of my guys. He's a fellow NCO in the Air Force. We met in Korea 2019. We did some music back then, and then 2021 December, last year December, we got together. And I actually drove 14 hours down from North Carolina to Florida. He's stationed in England. I drove to him, and bottom line, I told him, I said, man, there's a lot of people who been asking about the music or whatnot that we're doing.
Yeah.
And I said, man, let's go ahead and let's put something together. Let's put a project together. But then in reference to putting the project together, I said, let's have a purpose. Let's have an aim. He was on board. And by the way, his name is Laverne Webb, Staff Sergeant Laverne Webb. Look him up at Eglin Air Force Base down in Florida. And by the way, like I said, man, he's one of the best, period, And I will go on record and saying this: he needs to be heard more than me.
Yeah.
I
You got
just,
bars? But it ain't all about I mean, it is about I'm a bars guy, but I'm about good music too. So when you can marry to both of those, you good in my book.
yes, sir. The man writes, he writes, he sings, he raps,
Yeah.
he produces, he engineers, he he masters, he does everything. So everything that everybody's about to hear
Yeah.
is because of him.
Damn.
While I may have had some ideas, some navigational tools here and there, um, this would not have happened without him. Like I would say he's the backbone and the heart. You could say I'm the brain
Yeah.
as far as getting it to the people. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So real quick, we're gonna get back into the music, right?
Yep.
But I want to jump into a little time machine right quick. We're gonna go back and take the people back to where how we came to be. Okay.
All right.
And a lot of people, y'all see my man is in his uniform looking nice and sharp. You know what I'm saying?
To, man.
We both in the military. I was gonna wear my uniform, but this is as close as I'm gonna get on right now to wearing it. But yeah. What year was it we met? Like, what was it? 2000? I don't want
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Man.
Yeah, 2000. Because I got the Pope 2004, like, and then so we probably met either end of 04 or beginning of 05.
Yeah, that was right when I came. Yeah, I just came in the military. So yeah. I don't, man. All right, let's not say those years again, okay? All right, so, but that's when we was floating up and down the court, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
I didn't know that you could float on the track like that. That's the crazy part. But, that's one thing about being in the military, man. We all possess gifts and talents, and we all have purpose. And one thing I like to talk to people about, especially fellow airmen, Big A, is walking in purpose, understanding your talent and using it for the greater good.
Exactly.
Right? And like I said, I didn't know you had this talent for a long time. I'm glad I found out. But what is it that inspired you to get into music, though?
Good question. So I would say this: I started gaining an interest in music when I was in the church choir, and I was in the church youth choir, by the way, when I was about 5 or 6. And that kind of started me on that path, that journey. But as I got older, I grew a liking to just music in general. I actually took piano lessons. I took very, very few lessons in violin and saxophone. So, I mean, I'm saying that in essence to saying, I dabbled in that area or that arena for a little bit when I was a child, when I was a kid, but I didn't stay on it long as far as playing the instruments. But learning how instruments work, seeing how music come together in choir rehearsal, listening to music, and then when the consumer or the listener gets it or receives it, is how they receive it, and looking back on that whole process and seeing how this came about. For instance, in the choir, you go to choir rehearsal, but it's just the choir and the director and the musicians. It's not the audience yet, so we're practicing, we're getting our notes together, we're changing words, whatever you want to call it. By the time it gets to the congregation or the people, is somewhat perfected, but nobody's seen the hard work that came behind it. They just, they're just there to get what they need to get. Yes. So with that being said, the process of it all is what is I would say the primary thing that did it for me.
Okay. Yes. So seeing the final product from all the hard work, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Got you. So what type of music are you into making? Like, I know there's some people that are into, bar heavy, you know what I'm saying? Some people just like to make the melodic music. What is it that you delve into?
I would say I start off with the actual beat of the song. It could be any type of genre of music. If I like the beat, I listen to the song. Once the beat catches me, and then I'll be interested in listening to what the words are.
Right.
But I'm just like you. I like to listen to stuff that actually has meaning and purpose to it. And it don't have to be too bar heavy, too intricate to go over people's heads where they can't understand it. It could be slow, it could be relaxed, it could put you in the vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I like music with a message. Even if the
Yeah.
message is to say, hey, we relaxing, or we about to dance, or
Mm-hmm.
a love story, or somebody's past, or some whatever that is, you know, long as it's pushing a message that I
Right.
can understand or relate to, then I'm with it.
Yeah. On that note, I think one thing that people miss is that you know how people say you are what you eat.
Oh man, yeah,
So I feel like music is food for the soul, right? So when you're listening to certain type of music, you're really feeding your spirit. So like
yes,
when you have certain emotions and things like that, and people kind of wonder why they feel in a certain way, why you feel like this, feel like that, or you might be feeling bad. You listen to a certain song and it puts you in the right mood.
yep,
Um, or you might be with your significant other. You got, you listen to certain music, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But I like that you take that approach though, and you understand that music alters the mood and it can talk to you. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Who said that? Was that Eminem? Yeah.
yeah. That was him. That was him. That
Yeah,
was
see,
him.
see how that stick with you, man. So yeah, I love that, man. So um I know you just finished talking about your homeboy Laverne Webb, right?
Yep.
So you recorded the album with him? Is he who the one that, like, where did you record the album?
Piece of the album came from Korea,
Mm,
Kunsan. We did we did the majority of the songs over there.
okay.
Um, the latter half of our music that we did came from Eglin Air Force Base at his crib, at his house. So
Mhm.
that's when I said I drove 14 hours down from where I'm at to him. That's where
Yeah,
we recorded it at. So
that's dedication, bro.
man,
That's
and
dedication.
I'll say this too. Working with him,
Mm-hmm.
right? Working with him was an eye opener because I've done music before in the past, but the man is literally a one stop shop. He
Mm.
does everything that everybody's about to hear
Yeah,
is because of him. I can't
yeah.
give him enough credit. Um, he recorded it, he mixed it, he mastered it, and he got it readily available to put on these platforms. So
Okay.
after it left him, it got to me, and now you could sort of say I'm putting the legs or promotion behind us getting it to the people.
Okay.
So that's why the tandem kind of fits, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And I noticed that listening to a lot of what you're saying, dissecting the bars, one thing that's really needed, in this climate is kind of a magnifying glass or a special attention on um wellness, mental wellness, right? Mental wellness, especially us being in the military. We know that. Quick story, and this ain't about me, but I'm gonna just throw that out there just
Yeah.
to segue to you. So basically, so when I was at Langley, I started myself and some other people that I work with. I had the idea, but it couldn't happen without my team, right? So we put together a program called Stronger Together, man, and it
Mm.
was it was it was amazing, man. And the only reason we really stopped, well, there's a couple of reasons. So PCSing, people getting dispersed to different areas, because the whole premise of it was to be in person. COVID messed that up.
Right.
With COVID, we couldn't meet in person, so it kind of set us back. But then we were still going to try to meet, but people got PCSed and stuff like that. And then even after that, we were going to try to kind of finesse to try to do like a virtual type situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest, I had to take a step back from all that because I had to get myself right, man, mentally. It's a lot. It's a lot on you. We did. How many sessions do we do? I want to say we did about 4. One while we were at Langley, we drove to Andrews and did one. We had other bases requesting us, but it was great. But also, I see what a lot of mental health professionals go through when you're taking on a lot of other people's problems and issues. So I had to step back and get myself right.
Right.
And
Right.
that's partly what this is. I love having these conversations, because it gets me, good mentally. So with you, I know you have a purpose behind why you are into the music and creating the music that you create. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. long as I can remember, man, even as a kid, my mama just told me this not too long ago. Even as a kid, man, she was like, you always been so kind to people. You have a soft heart, you have a big heart. And I'm not saying I'm an angel, so I don't want anybody to think I'm professional. I'm sitting here thinking I'm just perfect or nothing like that. I'm saying as far as characteristic go of knowing myself. Ever since I was a kid, I've been one of the best for people. But when it translates to me doing music, the purpose and the aim of me doing music geared toward resiliency within the military is several reasons, man. And I'd be totally transparent, and this is literally why, we're doing this right now. My career has been very bumpy, very rocky. Even in the beginning when me and you was rocking together, man, I was going through some things. Then I couldn't. It was so bad they named me Can't Get Right.
And they don't know. They don't know the power of words, man. That's not cool for anybody, man.
Yeah, but no, that's how bad I was messing up. And it wasn't intentional. This was, I'm not knowing, right? Me not knowing. So, basically, man, up until 2018, I would say from 2003 to 2018, I had some plights here, and that's actually in one of the verses I put out. So I actually had some plights, that I needed help with, that I had a lot of mentors, some of the same mentors that me and you had, Chief Wright, speaking of one, had a lot of mentors help me get me through. So some of those plights and misunderstandings that a lot of other people didn't want to help me with. Up until 2018, I actually had higher tenure. In the Air Force when it was 15-year staff sergeant.
Yeah.
And then Chief Wright and a couple of his associates, Big Air Force, they changed it to where, staffs could stay in at 20. So I actually had higher tenure in that. And once it hit, not higher, once my higher tenure hit, I was out processing and in processing all at the same time, because this was right around the time he made the announcement that it will be changed, right?
Yeah.
But it hadn't been changed yet.
Yeah.
So
you got stuck. You got stuck in that holding period.
Literally. So I signed my reenlistment when it got approved. I signed my reenlistment paperwork 3 days before my DOS. Oof. So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, man. The resiliency portion of it. Last little piece I mentioned, because I don't want to go too far into it, is 2019, 2020. I was in Kumsan, Korea, and I witnessed 4 deaths. Right, 3. Wow. I want to say 3 suicides, 1 accidental. But I witnessed 4 deaths in a span of a year at one base.
That's heavy right there. That's a lot.
That's a lot, man. I didn't know the people personally, but
just the mental aspect of that, man. I get it.
There you go. So I became a RTA, resiliency trainer assistant, and because I wanted to influence some type of change. Then later on, I became an MRT, Master Resiliency Trainer. I wanted to influence some type of change. And then now, present day, currently what me and you are discussing right now, the music project coming out. And I said, well, I made a decision to say, how can I further this mission?
Right.
And I said, well, I could do it through something that everybody likes, which is music. So that's pretty much why. That's the why that this project is aimed toward that. So
that's dope, man. That's I think what they call like putting the medicine in the candy or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You caught it. Yeah,
man. So I love that, man. Like I told you, I love when people use their talents to kind of walk in their purpose. But even better than that, you're doing it for a bigger, for the greater good for everybody, for other people.
Exactly. Yep.
So man, you made me think of something, man. Like it's very important that people understand that it's not about us. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially being in the Air Force, I don't think people understand what we go through psychologically, mentally, all that stuff. And I like to speak on, and I don't know if it rubs people the wrong way, don't even really honestly care at this point.
Right.
But can you kind of speak to the point of how has it been for you, I don't want to say battling, but having, being a Black man in the military, that struggle, I feel like it's kind of a struggle, to be honest, because there's things that it's the game of tug of war that pulls you toward, especially when we see social issues and you have to kind of suppress how you feel about them, especially at work, especially while you're in uniform. So psychologically, I feel like that weighs on you. So how's that been for you? Like, can you talk about that?
And that story goes around the corner too. So I would say I give you a few instances, one or two. The first one I can recall off the top of my head right now, when the George Floyd situation kicked off, I was in Korea. The George Floyd situation, the riots, all that stuff was happening. I was in Korea when that happened.
Right.
So dig this, right? Throughout the squadron, I noticed the divide where African Americans, Black people, in my squadron, what kind of the atmosphere was kind of gloomy.
Right.
And I had an airman come up to me, and actually I went up to her, and I was doing my daily checks, my daily morale checks, as a RTA does, and I saw her expressions, and she basically was like, "I ain't feeling it." And I was like, "What's going on?" So I had a talk with her. Bottom line, she basically was saying that her family was caught up in the riots back in Chicago due to the George Floyd situation and whatnot. And nobody checked on her. Nobody asked her how she was doing, how her day is going, how her week going, how her family is, or whatnot. Now, mind you, we're across the world. We're in Korea. We're already in a war zone.
Right.
Where anything at any time can pop off, and then now we have to be readily available to fight a whole nother war.
Right.
So that brought that on, and then I said, "Wow, Now, mind you, I'm an NCO, non-commissioned officer, whatnot. But there are people that I answer to, and there are people I look up to for answers. I don't have all the answers, but airmen notify me, letting me know that, hey, I'm not feeling it today, and my powers of authority are only go so high, they're limited.
Right.
That hit me, and the shirt saw me later that day, and the story that she gave me just stuck with me.
Right.
And the shirt saw me. He said, "Everything going on right, Song Williams?" I said, "It's cool. It's all right." He said, "Anything you want to talk about?" I said, "Yeah, but not really." And he was like,
"Yeah."
He said, "You want to step in the office?" I said, "We can." And so, boom, we talked about that. The very next week, we had squadron all calls, and we was talking about these situations. So pretty much all the flights within the squadrons, they got together and they wanted to talk about the situation. Now, the end of all of this is, when you ask me, being Black in the military, struggles, right? So everybody is talking about what's going on back home during the George Floyd, the riots, whatever. It's about 25, 30 of us. So everybody's talking about it. And I spoke last. And I said, well, we're about to address the elephant in the room. And I said, the elephant in the room is that, yes, we are concerned about what's going on back at home, back in Chicago, George Floyd's family and our families. I said, but we're dealing with the same type of behavior geared toward the principle of the behavior right here in our own squadron. And they asked me, what does that mean? I said, well, let's look at the statistics. And I'm not speaking bad on the Air Force, not whatsoever, not while I'm actually wearing the uniform,
Right, so exactly. Yep.
It's just the statistics that get swept under the rug.
They do.
And people, this is the bad thing. People are afraid to address it because they know some type of consequence may come behind it, right?
Yeah.
So I said the elephant in the room is the statistics of who gets awards, who gets promoted faster, who gets the more accolades. And then I said the statistics of who gets in trouble, who has the the worst records as far as your career go. I said, if we look at these statistics, I said, you can actually Google them.
Right.
And it's geared toward us. So again, I'm not speaking bad on the Air Force. I'm speaking bad on the behavior within the Air Force. As far as pertaining to the question that you asked, being Black in the military, and a lot of people feel this. Not even just Black or African Americans feel this. It's other ethnicities that feel this, that feel it for us and with us.
Yeah.
So
I'm
they
with you,
feel
bro.
it.
Like
Yeah, they
even
feel
even
it.
even with this, even talking about statistics, if people took like one day I took a moment to just Google statistics on, because we're not that far removed from the times where, you know, there was a lot of overt racism, right? And so when you look at inclusion, you look at the statistics as it regards to inclusion within the military. If you look at the breakdown between the enlisted and the officer side, numbers wise, you'll scratch your head.
Yeah.
And anybody, people can attribute it to whatever they want, right? Because people will do that regardless. They're going to attribute it to whatever they want. Even everything you just broke down. Yeah, I can understand that. But a lot of people will be like, "Oh man, you're what they say. They say we're pulling the race card, right?"
Yeah.
But it's not even that. It's just they don't understand our plight and our walk, right? But that, and I know that's something that we just, and I hate to say that we have to face or deal with, but that's the reality of it. And it wears on you.
Yes.
It wears on you because you and I, you know what I'm saying, both 19 years in, right?
Yeah.
About 19 years in.
Yep.
I sometimes feel like I'm tired, bro. Like I gotta fight a war over there, and in, like, come on. But one thing that you sent me a song, and it had Chief Wright on it speaking, right? Yeah. And I think he was speaking, and I'm gonna play it.
Yep.
But he was speaking on the George Floyd situation. I'm not gonna quote him word for word, but one part that stuck out to me was when he said, what concerns him is that, you know, one of his airmen could end up being George Floyd. I thought that was powerful, man. And that's one reason why I love Chief Khalif Wright. You know, that's my guy right there, man. Yeah. And we got a history with him too, back at Pope.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, we do. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say too much, but you know, he can't guard me. But
yeah.
But can you speak on that song and how that came about and the whole purpose on that one? And how you felt about it?
That is actually the first song on the album. And I put that first on the album to start directing people's attention to what and how this project came about.
Okay.
That song came about, again, being a MRT, Master Resiliency Trainer, and wanting better for our people. When I say our people, big A airmen, first and foremost, and then in due time, this will reach outside the military, because it doesn't just pertain to the military, it pertains to all resiliency, all walks of life of resiliency. But that song came about starting that conversation and starting the change, starting the solution. Mm-hmm. And that's why you hear him in general having a conversation. And then we get into our verses. There is no chorus on that song. In between the verses, there are excerpts of him talking and expressing how he felt about the situation and relating it to our airmen, big A airmen. Yeah. So that's how that song came about. Just wanting to create the table to sit down so we can talk about like what we're doing right now.
Yeah. And I like that, man, because I think the point that a lot of people miss is that it's not necessarily about just one demographic. It's about all of us.
Exactly.
And the sooner all of us understand that it's about all of us, the better off we could be, you know, as a force, as a country, as a world, you know what I'm saying? Like probably as like a galaxy. But yeah, man, I appreciate that song. So that's the first song on the album.
Uh-huh.
So what would you say is the tone for the whole album?
Resiliency, right? So again, we're talking about double entendre, triple entendre. Even the narrative is a double entendre because we're talking about resiliency within the military, but we're talking about resiliency in life in general, period. I think on the first song, which is what we're talking about, called Algorithm, we're pretty much talking about the algorithm of what it takes to,
I like that.
Yeah, what it takes to get hit and keep going.
Yeah.
And I have a line in there where I says, I can make it any time of the day. All I got to do is wake up and pray again, and that'll set the tone for the day. So it's crazy that you said tone, and I literally put that
in the song.
In the song. So that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. I can't wait to hear the album, honestly.
Appreciate you, man.
What's the date? What's the date that it's dropping?
Tomorrow in a couple hours. What time it is? It is almost 7:00. Yeah, so in 4 or 5 hours, it's on all streaming platforms. It's got 9 tracks by me and L.A. Vern. That's his artist name, but his name is Laverne Webb. But yeah, by both of us. Yep.
Okay, I should have known that. Tomorrow's Friday. That's National Album Drop Day.
Yeah, and crazy thing is, it's my birthday too. So
that's why, man. Happy early birthday,
man. Appreciate it, man.
You know, I'm gonna say it to you. I'm gonna say it to you again tomorrow.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But happy early birthday. So let's take a second, real quick, and kind of decode some of those bars, man, because I know you speaking those double entendres and stuff that might go. You know, you might hit a couple pop flies that might go over people's head. But let's break that down a little bit.
I said, salute the solidarity as I'm building these doors. I'm steadfast in my stance, exfoliating my pores. More for the poor as we pray for the weak. Divide the pie right on this table so we equally can eat. Blessed be the meek, righteous be thy path. Set aside all of the differences so we can add this math. So what was that? 4, 6, 8 bars, however many bars that is. So the whole concept of those bars, just right there, is pretty much, we're talking about math in general. So you got divide, you got equal, you got pi.
It's the wordplay on the math words. See, exactly. I suck at math. I only know how to count money, and that's it. I don't know no math, but I do.
That's enough, though.
Yeah, I do.
That's enough.
That's dope, though, man. I like how you take the time to actually think about what you're putting in there and kind of marry it all together.
Jesus be the will in this sinner's place. God forgive me for all the mistakes. As I pray over this dinner plate, I relate to all the issues in the way. Had to navigate hurdles in this race. The culture, military culture, not just Air Force, military culture that we are embarking on or have been dealing with the past few years is actually a race to see who can be better.
Oh, I know that one. I know that race.
So, yeah. So I'm trying to compete with you. You're trying to compete with me.
Yeah.
And in essence, we kind of lose ourselves to where we're going over hurdles to compete in this race, and it shouldn't be a race. All this should be organic. All this should happen organic. Everybody should want to put their best foot forward organically, and to be, again, transparent. We're talking about being African American, Black, or any other ethnicity that goes through any type of trial, tribulations, or detriment. That race had to navigate hurdles in this race.
Yeah. Bro, I understand that a million percent, because like that's one of the topics that we talk about a lot within the military, right? Like it shouldn't be a cutthroat competition. And it becomes that. That's kind of a contradiction to what the military is supposed to be about.
Exactly.
And it gets confusing because, and I know a lot of young airmen that I mentor, they have these questions a lot of, it's hard we foster this teamwork, but then now we're trying to make them probably unintentionally, but we're creating also an environment of almost stepping on people in a way, like, by any means necessary to get that promotion. But I feel that. And I love how you marrying everything together with the military and it's organic and it's authentic. Um, keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Keep pushing, bro. You still hooping?
Yeah, I just actually hooped yesterday. So, you know what? Funny story, man. And I'm saying this humbly. I am saying this humbly, right?
Yeah.
I've actually gotten better over time. I would say the only thing that didn't get better was the recovery.
Naturally, that's not gonna get better, which is why my shoes hanging up somewhere with dust on them. I don't even hoop no more, bro. I mean, I can get out there.
Yeah.
But I think to myself, do I want to put myself through that recovery process? I ain't LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like, I'm not
telling
LeBron.
you.
But
I gotta give you flowers real quick, man. I don't know if a lot of people know you was a bad boy back in the day. I'm not saying that you ain't now. I'm saying
I'm not now.
I had some problems with you, man. Good God Almighty. They don't understand when you got the Langley. You know, they saw the downslide side of you. I said, man, y'all won't want to see this guy 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, you know, I started having kids and stuff.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, so my focus shifted, but basketball just wasn't right. But I appreciate that, man. You know, I try to tell you, but you ain't the only person I gave problems to. You know, I say this not humbly. It's a lot of people that I still got their ankles in my collection over there, but and they not getting them back.
Yeah.
I will call out names, but I don't want to start nothing. So,
don't do it. Don't do it. They're gonna be coming for you.
I labeled all the ankle jars. So, yeah, man. But you was bad too. Like I'm telling you, and I say this for real, bro. I gotta give you your because when I used to have to get my team to rally together and be like, listen, man, I know what he's gonna do, but we couldn't really stop it though.
Yeah, man. Just having heart, man. And you know, we was what? Early 20s going to, man.
Yeah. Hey, you don't even know. I used to call out your moves, bro. I knew you. Because you remember we used to train together back, you know, I was like, man, I know he gonna cross over and he gonna bring it back and then he gonna do this. And then they just didn't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, bro.
Good times though, man.
It was good times. Hopefully we can get Chi right back on the court. That would be dope.
He done switched over to them golf clubs, man. That's over. I think that's over with for him. I don't know.
No, he competitive though. I think that's the reason. That's the reason I put this picture right here. I'm trying to bait him out. If he get on the court, I get on the court. Matter of fact,
I like it.
Hey, I'm gonna say Khalif, Chief Wright, Enlisted Jesus,
all of it.
Listen, if you watch this, I put this here so you can get back on the court. And that'll in turn get me back on the court. Yeah. And then we can see, you know, you might be able to guard me now. I don't know.
Yeah. Nah, he was a bad boy too.
He was bad, man. He was a problem. People don't know. He was a problem back then. Yeah. You seen his son hoop?
I have not.
Bro, his son is a problem. His son is a problem.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the video. He posted the video. Yeah. Bad boy. But yeah, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Is there anything else you wanted to, you know, let the people know?
Man, I appreciate you having me. Like I said, we go almost 20 years back, man. It's crazy that we can sit down and do this and collectively bring something to the people. I wouldn't be able to bring this to the people without you. And you allow me to get this to the people. On your platform. So again, I gotta give you flowers, man. And album drops in a few hours. Selfless by myself, Laverne Webb. Music spanned over about 2 years. A collective of 2 years. We put it together. Is geared toward resiliency, not just for the military, but outside the military and everywhere in all parts of walks of our life. If anybody ever listened to me or give this album a chance or come across me, they would know, you know, I genuinely want the best for people. And the album is titled Selfless is because I tend to put other people's feelings in front of mine because I know how it feels when it is not done to you. The album's called Selfless. 9 tracks on it, all streaming platforms. Give it a listen. I hope people receive it as how it was made to be received.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, bro.
Name is actually Augustus Williams. No, I don't have a made up name. It's me, organic. Augustus Williams, Laverne Webb. Title is called Selfless.
Got you. Y'all go get that, man. Check it out. My man is really, really speaking some real stuff, really, really giving some real mood music, all right?
And it's definitely mood music, yes, sir.
Mood music. You know, I'm a big fan of Joe Budden. Now, you know, I was a fan of that whole mood music series, bro.
Yeah.
You know what?
Bad boy.
I'm gonna manifest that now. I'm gonna have Joe Budden on here one day. One day soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But y'all be easy, man. Hey, we enjoyed talking to y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this conversation.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you again. Hey, appreciate you again. I cannot thank you enough, man. So if you, like you said, you're going to tell me happy birthday a few more times, I'm going to tell you thank you a few more times, man. Just the history between us. Thank you, bro. Thank you, big bro. Thank you for everything, man. Thank you for having us.
Hey, man, it's no problem. Hey, see you later, little mama.
Bye.
All right, and we out, man. I don't have a cool outro or nothing like that. I don't have nothing cool to say at the end. You know, shout outs to the shout outs. No bad energy.
To everybody.
Yeah, love everybody. Peace.
Definitely. All right, brother.
Hey, man, why don't you give him the whole thing? Go ahead and give him the whole thing. Boom. Kick the beat. I'm going. Just like that. Hey, check me. I said salute the solidarity as I'm building these doors. I'm steadfast in my stance, exfoliating my pores. More for the poor as we pray for the weak. Divide the pie right on this table so we equally can eat. But blessed be the meek. Righteous be thy path, set aside all of the differences so we can act this math. I'm the anchor to this ship, but not the detriment. It's evident I fellowship with my fellow decorated veterans. And ever since I was molded from heaven sent, now the angels walk with me so I can pilot the script. But this feeling that I'm feeling got me feeling this feeling. I'm designated to drive, just got the posture my steering. But despite the plight, I plan to prosper. So I offer more of myself than the order. And I got a daughter, I'm a father too. Take a shot to open these doors so in the future she can follow through. Got nothing to prove to no one or no man. Labor sowed these seeds for me to land. You understand? I ran Iraq just to get back what they took back. Crazy the war's over, but I ain't never feel that. You feel that? Peel back, layers created, mule on this acre. Just for us to take back, but just to pay back. So I can say that I put the work in and step what I say, so I ain't gotta take it back. I need Jesus be the will in this sinner's place. God forgive me for all the mistakes. As I pray over this dinner plate, I relate to all the issues in the way. Had to navigate hurdles in this race, but hey, I'm back and I'm better with it. The story is never ended. The bends, I'm bending in it. The trenches, I'm swimming in it. You cats can never feel it. My debit is never pinned in my credit. Limitless in my heart, never timid. I'm dull in this moment, but polished at the end. These rivers turn boys into men. You lie what you lay in. I'm flying this playpen, heavy on the way in, precise with the measurements. If you can't tell, this is how you measure men. And one good cut, and they ain't got to cut again. From cloth that they never been in. Fresh linen and champion spirit that come from within. Moving with the movement. Don't be no groupie in this movie. Don't copy this right, and you be better off suing me. On Susie B, I be well off. In dark times on this road, make you get the hell off. So it's clear and evident, I'm only here for the presidents. I'm trying to set precedents of what they saying irrelevant. On God, I defy odds, I can't quit. Giving this gift and this gift, y'all can't play with. Stronger than I ever been, I ain't never settling. Debo coming on this bike, I ain't pedaling. I want it all like I'm stepping on the Adderall. Learning from an L, you look forward to the fall. Spring back from a break, I love anime, but I swear ain't nothing better than this cake. And it's not safe, and you do not play Georgia, this jungle, I'll be swinging like it's Planet of the Apes. You better get your mind right, cause in hindsight, I'll crawl just to walk as you see me climb heights. Double back just to double up. I be running up, I never fall, cause I'm way too busy coming up. You wanna be great, you take the pressure that come with it. The first rule, gotta keep these snakes out your business. The second rule, If you start, then you finish. Them ends gotta meet. Can't be thinking about no sleep. But see the third lesson, open arms for all the blessings. Be grateful for this water, you can drown in this desert. Last but not least, take care of your people, because the real and the fake, it is something that they see through. But be you at all times and all costs. Can't win all the time, it's okay to take a loss. The energy in me will forever be there. You tread light, keep tight, man, and follow these steps. Oh yeah.